welcome to another video. Today has actually not been that bad, and I say that in that tone because if you watched my last video, at the end I talked about how I'm stopping a medication called mirtazapine that I've been taking for the past 3 or 4 years, and that medication helps me sleep, and I'm stopping it because the theory is that it'll help my liver cope better with the IV antibiotics when I have more of them. So I'm basically in the first few days of not having it, and I was expecting to sleep really badly last night, but I actually slept well, which was really confusing, and today has been quite good, so I'm even more confused. I'm expecting the kind of withdrawal to hit tonight and tomorrow, but so far it's actually been okay. Yeah, so feeling okay, but I've just talked really fast, so I'm out of breath now and feeling quite dizzy, so I'm going to leave it here and go to bed. Hopefully tonight will be another not too bad one. So today has been another pretty okay day. And I say it in that tone because what's that, like 3 or 4 in a row now? That's pretty good going. So, ending today on quite a positive note, which is very, very odd because I was just not expecting to feel like this. I'm just really hoping that I don't just take a nosedive in the next few days. That's what I'm so afraid of, is sort of feeling like, oh yeah, this is going to be fine, this is going to be good. And then I just fall into a kind of depressive, nauseous, anxious mess, and it's just going to be horrendous. But I'm just fingers crossed that that doesn't happen. I had a really, really bad night last night. So I lost out on a lot of sleep, which obviously means that I'm not feeling good today at all. I just tried to have a sleep, but I just can't sleep in the day. I have enough trouble getting to sleep at night, and it's so frustrating because I need to have a nap, I need to sleep, and I can't, and so I'm just stuck feeling like absolutely terrible for the rest of the day, and there's nothing I can do about it. Today is just a write-off, and it's just, so frustrating. Oh dear. I had another really bad night last night. I woke up at about 5:30 and couldn't get back to sleep then for the remainder of the night. Partly it was because I just did not feel sleepy, which is ironically because now I feel so sleepy. No, I don't feel sleepy, I just feel exhausted. Like, there is a difference. I know that might seem weird, but there definitely is. So it wasn't just that I didn't feel sleepy, but it was also that my skin felt like it was sunburnt. I know that sounds so weird because I haven't been in the sun for God knows how long. And it also felt like there were things like crawling on me. So I would just get comfy, and then I would get a really bad itch on my leg or on my arm or on my back, and I'd have to like shift around to try and reach it. And it was just so uncomfortable. And then when I would itch the itch, of course, then my skin would be sore, so my skin would get more painful, and then I couldn't get comfy again. But I am now like 90% sure that this is mirtazapine withdrawal, because for it to happen last night, that was kind of strange, but hey, I've had bad nights before. But to have it 2 nights in a row, sort of the same sort of thing, another itch. Yeah, I mean, that's not really a coincidence, is it? But I am feeling slightly better because I now know that there's a reason for sort of me feeling so bad in the night, and I know that I just have to kind of buckle down and ride it out. I've held up surprisingly well today, considering I've had very, very little sleep for the past 2 nights. I really, really hope I get some more sleep tonight. I really, 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 really need it. Last night was definitely a little bit better. I was asleep for longer than I was awake, which is improvement on the last couple of nights. But I woke up in the morning feeling really, really sick. And I usually feel moderately nauseous for most of the day. At least that's how it's been recently. But this was way worse. And I was like, oh, maybe I just need to eat and drink something. Because sometimes when my stomach is empty, I can feel really ill. And then when I actually eat something, I feel much better. So I sort of slowly ate breakfast. A spoonful at a time, wait a few minutes, another spoonful, and so on and so on. It took me over an hour to eat a small bowl of porridge. But I was like, no, that's fine, I've done it now. And then I went to take my tablets. And unfortunately, I can't really take them that slowly. I think there's about 12 tablets I have to take. So I was just like downing them basically with water. And then I felt really, really sick. And I was like, oh God. Hopefully, the day goes up from here. I've just got an email to say that my disability parking badge will be arriving within the next 2 weeks, maybe sooner. I mean, that is very exciting to me. Side note, it's got to the stage where I'm excited about a disability parking badge, but hey, you gotta get your kicks where you can. I've been awake since 5:30 a.m. Yeah, last night was definitely another really bad one. I was awake more than I was asleep, and that's never a good thing. So I'm going to stay in bed and I'm going to listen to the tennis commentary, and that's pretty much all I have planned so far. Nausea today has been very, very bad. I can't even watch YouTube videos or TV programs or films, because if they mention something food related or like anything even slightly gross, my stomach just goes, oh. It's very weird because I'm not a squeamish person at all. I have a very, very strong stomach. My mum actually calls it my guts of iron. Today is just very different, and I don't like it. I'm going to try something a bit different tonight. Obviously, when I haven't been sleeping the past sort of 4 or 5 days, I've just been sort of lying in bed, like just waiting to fall back to sleep. I don't like getting up, walking around, going to the loo, whatever, because I always feel like, oh, I should be trying to sleep. But I'm going to do the opposite tonight. I'm going to make the effort to, if I'm lying here and I can't sleep, I'm going to get up, maybe go for a little walk, just try and shake things up a bit. I've had my duvet shaken out or my pillow puffed up by my mum. I don't have the physical power to do that. I'm also going to change the audiobook I'm listening to. I listen to an audiobook as I fall asleep, and then if I can't sleep again, then I'll put it back on. And I've been listening to Harry Potter the last sort of few nights, so I'm going to listen to Watership Down tonight instead. And that is one of my favourite books of all time. I really, really hope I sleep better tonight. So it's just gone 4 a.m. and I'm awake. The problem is I wake up and then get anxious that I won't be able to fall back to sleep, and that of course is like the worst thing for going to sleep. The birds are starting to sing outside, and I've just found out John Hurt has died, which has made me very sad. I'm going to do some stretches and hopefully I'll be able to go back to sleep. The weird thing is I don't feel tired until it hits like 8, 9 a.m. and then I get really tired. It makes no sense, I tell you. I didn't get back to sleep. I tried stretching, I tried going to the loo, walking around for a bit. Then I settled back down, an hour went by, wasn't asleep, so I was like, okay, I'll listen to my audiobook again. Another hour went by, still nothing. I was like, okay, maybe I'll try putting my earplugs in. Still nothing. I actually hallucinated slightly just now, so today is going to be fun. I'm going to take my medication and see how my stomach feels. I don't feel too sick just now. I mean, I did feel sick and had stomach cramps intermittently all through the night, so I'll just see how it goes. Well, I've survived another day on very little sleep, so I think that's pretty good going. As you can probably tell, I forced myself to have a shower today. It was my mum's idea, because at first I was like, no, there's no way I'm going to be able to do it. She was like, it's okay, I can help you. So she did. I can't describe the level of griminess and just how that griminess adds to the feeling of general illness, of not being able to get comfy, of just feeling so disgusting. So despite it being so hard to have a shower and wash my hair, it was so important I did it. I have clean pyjamas, clean hair and clean sheets on my bed. In my latest attempt to try and combat my insomnia. It's so strange because I've never really had insomnia before. My sleep has always been of not great quality, but there's always been quite a lot of it, if that makes sense. So I sort of combated the low quality of my sleep by having more of it. But now I'm having low quality sleep in very, very low quantities. And that's literally never happened to me before. So I don't really know what I'm going to do if it kind of carries on for more than a couple of weeks, because I can cancel appointments, I can push them back, but eventually, if it carries on, I'm going to have to work out how I deal with this on a regular basis, how I kind of become functional at this level. But it's only been a week and a few days since I've stopped my medication, so I don't think I'm quite there yet. I don't know how long mirtazapine takes to go through your system. I should probably Google that. But even if I Google it, I'm betting that it'll take me way longer than it would an average person. Just because of all the other things going on. My nausea has also been slightly better today, but I think that's because I've kind of given into it, if that makes sense. I know I've talked about this before. I have nausea quite a lot, and my way of dealing with it, because it's not severe, is to basically ignore it. As much as that is possible, that is basically what I do. But the last few days, because it's been so bad, I really have just been sticking to bland foods, liquid meals. Yeah, basically just eating as blandly and as plainly as possible, which I hate. Oh, one other thing that happened today is I'm back on antibiotics. I was kind of hoping that my doctor would say, oh, you should wait until your nausea and insomnia passes. But he was like, no, go ahead and start antibiotics. And I was like, okay. And I was expecting my stomach to be way worse today because I was taking antibiotics, but actually they haven't affected it that much. And this is where I'm so glad that I'm taking Zinat instead of doxycycline, because if I was taking doxycycline, I think the nausea would be kind of unbearable. So hopefully I don't wake up as early as I did today. Oh, I made it through counselling. Yes. It was very hard. And the first thing I said to her was like, oh, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make it through this session because I've had a really tough sort of couple of weeks. And she was like, yeah, you look really ill. I was like, yeah, I feel it.
Do you ever find a tablet, say, on your duvet where you were sitting and think, I probably should have taken that earlier. I can't remember dropping it. Yep, that just happened.
In other news, I'm reading Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I finally had the energy to kind of start reading a bit more. Well, I've actually been forcing myself to read before I go to bed to try and get into a routine again. But I'm really loving this so far. It's really, really good. Several good things did happen today, and one of them is very exciting. My disability parking badge has arrived. Just looks like that. Obviously, there's a lot of details on there that I'm not going to put on the internet. It means now the rare times I do go out, it's going to be a lot easier. When I go to hospital appointments, I can use a disabled space, which makes the world of difference sometimes, I can tell you. And the other good thing that has happened today is that I got a letter inviting me to book an appointment at the endocrinologist, which I was expecting to take like months and months, but it's happened quite quickly, so that's really good. I mean, obviously I don't have the appointment yet, but it's the first step. So, ending another day feeling pretty positive. I am really proud of myself that I've managed to stay overall very positive throughout this whole really sort of difficult period of not sleeping and feeling really sick, because nausea and lack of sleep are two of the things I find the most difficult to deal with. I'm hoping I can continue this positivity even if this insomnia lasts sort of another few weeks, but we'll see. So today marks the end of another 2 weeks, the end of another video. These last 2 weeks have been pretty tricky. It's been full of withdrawal and insomnia and nausea and just not very nice stuff. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.